Hello, and thank you for tuning in to UNA News Today. My name is Colton Partain.
And I'm Hannah Stevens, and today we are talking about a 23-year-old, John Wise, who was arrested on March 7th for nearly 300 accounts of child pornography. The Internet Crimes Against Child Task Force sent an electronic tip to the Florence police in February. The police began investigating John Wise shortly after a warrant was then issued for several devices owned by Wise. Detectives found 289 digital pictures during their investigation. Wise is currently being held in Lauderdale Detention Center and his bond is set as $1.5 million. Less than a week later, on March 11th, Perry Underwood was arrested for child pornography. The 54-year-old is charged with 196 counts of child porn and 3 counts of dislawful dissemination of obscene matter of a person's under 17. Underwood was another tip from the Internet Crimes Against Child Task Force. Underwood's electronic devices were subject of a warrant, and the detectives found the digital images. Underwood is currently being held in Lauderdale Detention Center, and his bond is set as $1.5 million also. The police sergeant Greg Cobb told the Times Daily the case against Wise and Underwood are not related. The two cases, but they are disturbingly similar.
Florence, Alabama continues to suffer from the aftermath of several heavy showers. These showers began weeks ago on February 21st and have continued to appear sporadically throughout the weeks. The rain comes from numerous meteorological sources such as thunderstorms, tornado-like weather, and heavy rainstorms, each one broken up by several days of sunshine. These sudden and constant showers have caused serious damage to personal property. The total damage from all the storms is still unknown, and there seems to be more storms on the way. Meteorologists predict that another thunderstorm will appear on March 14th. Although the total cost in damages cannot be confirmed until the storms have stopped, that doesn't stop people from making their own assumptions, as homes are destroyed and roads are flooded. The Tennessee River has risen to dangerous heights, and until the flooding is resolved, we'll keep you updated on any developments.
On March 3rd, strings of deadly tornadoes struck southeast Alabama, along with Florida, Georgia, and southern Carolina, killing 23, 4 of whom were children, living more than half a dozen missing. This was the deadliest tornado in Alabama since 2013, and local residents had only 9 minutes of warning before the touchdown. 2 companies have asked to remain anonymous have offered to cover all funeral costs. The tornado that crossed through Lee County has been declared a Category 4 storm, estimated to move at 170 miles per hour. The destructive path was 9/10 of a mile wide and nearly 24 miles long, smashing dozens of homes. KIV extended the state of emergency from last month and has asked for a major disaster declaration from the government. The Trump administration ordered federal aid to supplement state and local recovery efforts in Lee County, which will include grants for temporary housing and home repairs.
In Arizona on Saturday, a woman jumped over a barrier of a jaguar enclosure at the Wildlife World Zoo in Lynchfield Park. Eyewitnesses confirmed that she jumped the barrier to get a picture and it attacked her arm. She sustained non-life-threatening injury. The zoo confirmed that at no time was the animal outside of the enclosure and the animal will not be put down. This is not the first time the jaguar has attacked, though. A man tells ABC 15 that the last summer he was attacked by the jaguar when he was trying to take a video. He says, quote, "I never climbed over a barrier. I never stepped over a barrier. I was behind the barrier and just reached my arm out," end quote. He then raised the point that anyone could cross over the barrier if they wanted to, including his 3-year-old child. However, Wildlife World Zoo spokeswoman Christy McCorm said the barriers at the park meet federal guidelines. Quote, "We are taking into consideration all aspects of safety pertaining to the exhibit as well as throughout the entire park, because that is our biggest concern." End quote.
Light the Fountain. UNA celebrated its 4th annual Light the Fountain ceremony on March 12th. Light the Fountain is a fun tradition that highlights the most iconic landmarks on campus. UNA alumni Henry Smith had the pleasure of lighting the fountain this year. Smith graduated in 1964 on the UNA Police Cabinet and chair on the UNA Fountain Board of Directors. Students came out to enjoy the music, food, and dance performances. Vice President of United States Affairs Kimberly Greenways spoke on the origins of the ceremony, saying the Light in the Fountain event is the university tradition that began in the spring of 2016 after President Kitts wakened the lights on previous spring and had added an idea that students could enjoy the lights that morning.
An arrest was made in the death of the missing 11-year-old from Georgia resident, Amberly Burnett, whose body was found in the DeKalb County, Alabama. Christopher Madison, age 33, was charged with capital murder in Burnett's death. According to the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, Barnett, who was from Polk County, Georgia, was last seen Friday night at her aunt's home. Deputies say that she was found in a wooded area 200 yards away. Madison was booked Saturday night and is being held without bond. More updates on the story are to come.
Carly McCoy, a junior at the University of North Alabama, had her basketball career abruptly end when she suffered a knee injury. But it was then that she found her love for rowing and just recently started as a novice rower for Alabama. McCoy played basketball from high school until she tore her ACL. After that, she had no college offers on the table, and that's how she ended up in Tuscaloosa. Once she was accepted to Alabama, she then received an email from a rowing coach with the offer to walk onto Alabama's rowing team. She then made the team and met some of her best friends from the experience. She is still on the rowing team and is upcoming season, and the team has high hopes. This is a true testament you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. Good luck to Carly and the Alabama rowing team.
Country artist Riley Green hit the stage in Flowers Hall for UNA's spring concert last week. Students with a valid Maine card were able to access tickets for free, while tickets also went on sale to the public for $30. The University Programs Council, also known as the UPC, was hard at work to get this year's concert off the ground. UPC is a branch of Student Government Association made up of 36 senators, led by Vice President of the UPC, Becca Brush. Around 1,000 student tickets were sold, as well as 750 public tickets. Doors opened at 7 p.m. The show started at 8 with the country artist Trea Landon. Landon is an up-and-coming musician with hits such as A Little Bit and When I Get There. Although he is newer in the music scene, audience members knew enough of his songs to sing along. Landon even made an appearance in the crowd after his performance, taking to fans to take pictures. Riley Green was met with a warm welcome as the crowd chanted his name, leading up to his first appearance on the stage. Green sang his hit songs, including Bury Me in Dixie and There Was This Girl, as well as some popular covers. Overall, it was another successful spring concert in the books.
Kylie Jenner, 21, has recently been crowned the youngest self-made billionaire. This comes with the dethroning of Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook founder and CEO, who achieved billionaire status at 23. Jenner is most known for being a reality TV star of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, but in 2015, she launched her own cosmetic line, Kylie Cosmetics. The company sold an estimated $630 million worth of products in the past 2 years. But with this achievement comes controversy. Many claim that Kylie isn't self-made at all. And Dictionary.com had to say on Twitter, haven't we gone over this? Self-made, having, succeeding in life unaided. And the Washington Post tweeted, is that really true? Opening discussion on the topic. People magazine replied saying that she is as self-made as a first grader science project, and that if you start at third base, you didn't hit a home run. And even Rob Delaney claimed in with a solid, concise no.
Once again, our resident food critic, Will Hopper, highlighted another local restaurant. This time, he took a visit to the Soul Wingery and Records.
Soul Wingery and Records is one of the best places in Florence, Alabama. If you want hot, fresh, delicious wings, it's a winner every time. But the food isn't the only reason to go, as the environment is always welcoming and very friendly. They pack a lot of decorations into an objectively small space. The restaurant has a soulful style, and vinyls line the walls. The owner, Thad, was gracious enough to sit down for an interview.
What got me interested in the food service business, I would say, because I worked in one my whole entire life. My aunt used to have a restaurant. I worked there when I was like in middle school. I worked at Dale's when I was in high school. Even throughout college, I worked at a restaurant. And when I finally graduated, I was a teacher. But then I was like, I just want to open up a restaurant. Music is important to me because that was my major. My dad's actually a pianist himself, and that was my major. I was a double major in general music and commercial music, and emphasis on piano. So I was a music teacher for 2 years, so that's the kind of teacher I was. Vinyl is very important to me because I guess it's so nostalgic right now, and it's kind of having like a rebirth with this generation now record players are going back on sale and stuff, so it just seems natural to me. My favorite menu item probably would be chicken and waffles, just because I have a adoration for waffles and fried chicken. We have Instagram, it's at Soul Wingery. We have a Facebook page at Soul Wingery and Records, and we have a website, soulwingeryandrecords.com. So there we go.
Soul is located at 105 South Poplar Street in Florence, Alabama. Check them out for soul food and soul music. Will Hopper, UNA News.
Well, thanks, Will. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. This has been UNA News Today.
Thank you.